Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Couples Retreat Season 3, Episode 5 called Sex and Spandex. So we're literally picking up where we left off last week with Fallon talking to Chris, Jalen talking to Tony. So with Fallon and Chris, Fallon just reminiscing that, oh, maybe she's too older for Jalen because, Jalen still likes to go out. No, I don't think that, because you know how many people at all these random grown ages still like to go out. So I don't think it's the fact that he still likes to go out, but clearly there's a reason why he don't want to be hanging out with you. So I guess while she's thinking about it, talking with Chris, that's when she realized, oh, she does kind of sort of belittle him, but that's probably because her ex-husband and maybe past relationships, they belittle her in the relationship. So she in turn is belittling Jalen because he's younger than her and she was younger than her past boyfriends, fiancés, husbands. So that's when Chris tells her she needs to ease up a little bit. Is she gonna do that? I don't know. And then when we get to Jalen talking with Tony, Jalen doesn't like the fact that Jalen belittles him. So pretty much are discussing the same things about the relationship. So Jalen said he don't know how to be a man because pretty much it feels like Fallon's trying to teach him how to be a man. His father didn't teach him how to be a man. He didn't really have that father figure, so he don't feel like he knows how to be a man. But then that's when Tony says very encouraging words, letting him know that, listen, you are better than man than a lot of these. I'm not going to say a lot of these. Okay, because he didn't say that word for word. But he pretty much just told Jalen, listen, look, for you doing what you do, taking care of you and Fallon's kid, taking care of Fallon's other kids, taking care of Fallon, taking care of Fallon's two sisters, you already doing a lot more than men in their 60s do. So so pretty much Jalen has Tony's respect. So he's already doing more than enough. He's a great man, and he wanted Jalen to know that he is worthy. So then, of course, Jalen gets a little emotional because he has never heard his father say those encouraging words. So to hear it from Tony, it means a lot. And even Tony sheds a tear too. I'm like, okay, Tony, because your eyes been red this whole season thus far. So thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of emotion back there, but I'm just like, what your eyes red for? You remind me of my brother. That's whenever time I look at Tony, I just think of one of my brothers. Anyway, moving on, we get to everyone doing a video diary of, how intense the couples retreats has been going. And I guess they have a free day, so they're happy about the free day. Congratulations. Okay. We then get to Shamar and Ronnie. They go to lunch to talk. What do they talk about? They discuss their sex life because of what they happened the previous night at the Ring of Fire, and how Shamar feels like their sex life can help them last another 10 years, whereas Ronnie, he doesn't feel like it could really last 10 years because what he's lacking in their sex life is Shamari being more intimate, not in regards to the physical act of sex, but probably the things prior to, the rubbing of the leg, the rubbing of the head, just maybe giving a little back scratch, something, getting him enticed, getting him hot and bothered and ready to do. Whereas Shamari, when he brings that up, she then in turn wants to say, well, he not really home enough for her to be trying to do all that. He lets us know in the confessional, he be at the house 300 days out of the year. Or is it vice versa? 300 days, I'm going with 300 days out of the year he's home. So that's plenty of time for her to be doing what he wants. And then so they bicker back and forth a little bit. And then we get to Shamar bringing up because she's taking care of the kids, because she's taking care of the household while he's gone. So she needs some time for herself. So then that's when Ronnie in turn said, well, I feel like you're using the kids as an excuse. So for me, all I'm seeing from them two is pretty much they love to put the blame on the other person, but yet they don't want to take no accountability for their wrongdoings. And we're not getting to a compromise or a solution. Yes, bringing up the problems so we can try to get the other person to understand is great. But if we're not getting to no resolution, if we're not getting to no compromise, then what's the point of having the conversation just to let the other person know what they're doing wrong in your eyes? And then that person gets defensive and then tells you what you're doing wrong in their eyes. So you guys just like to keep pointing the finger, but we're not accepting that feedback, probably because one person is saying it from a defense mechanism, the other person saying it from, I don't know, their hands up in the air as a white flag. I don't know. But for me, I'm just like, okay, we keep having problems or keep saying what the issue is, but there's no resolution to fix said issue. That's my issue with these two. And this was the same situation from last season. So how do we fix this? I don't know, guys. But I'm not gonna help them fix it. I ain't their counselor. I am no counselor to nobody. I'm not even my own counselor. Okay, so I just be watching and giving my opinion. So that's about it. Anything else that happens? No, he says some nice stuff about her, I guess, and she lets us know in the confessional that it didn't work. That little pep talk, she don't need that pep talk, and she needs him to take action. Okay, Shamar, well, you should take action too. If you want it to work, not only does he have to do the work, Shamar, but you also have to do the work. And then they toast to longevity because they feel that's what all the couples need on this season. Listen, I give y'all, I'll give y'all that. Y'all been here for, together for over 2 decades. Congratulations. That is a long time. A lot of people don't make it that far. But at the same time, what's the point of the toast when you guys haven't even reached a resolution to y'all issue? So is that saying like, well, no matter what, y'all gonna be, in longevity? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I don't got time to be worrying about them too, because we're gonna have Jock and Kendra next. They have a 2-on-1 with AJ to talk about Kendra and her triggers and the fact that she can't get over, said triggers, even though she decided to wind up marrying a man and be with him anyway. So then to try to relate to her, AJ expresses of a viral moment when I guess she was on, what's that podcast with Angela Yee from former radio host of the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. It's late. I'm tired. But Red Lip something talks. Angela Yee's podcast. Anyway, whatever. So we have AJ revealing the fact that she had a threesome with 2 men. So I guess it was viral. A lot of people was feeling some type of way about it, but she probably was just like, I don't care. That was one of the best experiences of my life. So I guess that's when people started being like, okay, cool, I can dig it, I can whatever. She didn't let it phase her, pretty much. At the end of the day, I know my words are all over the place. Anyway, but when she brought that up, you got Jock over here laughing, telling the confessional like, oh, he used to do all that stuff back in the day, but he don't do that stuff no more. And okay, Jock, all right, whatever. And I don't know if Kendra got anything from it. I hope she did. She at the end of the session, she said she did, and she's not gonna try to be better to not let people trigger her, because I can understand when your business is all out there in the media, people always have something to comment on when they see you, whenever you make a post. I get it. I can only imagine. I'm not dealing with that, but I can only imagine for someone who's dealing with that, having to be brought up in their face. Oh, he had a baby on you. I get it. But at the same time, because you're in the limelight, you're going to have to brush off your shoulders, because at the end of the day, people always going to talk. No matter if you're famous, no matter if you were nobody, people always going to talk about you. Listen, I talk about myself right now because of this little hair sticking up. I kept looking at this since the beginning of the video. But you know what? I got to keep rolling with the punches because I got things to talk about. And if all you got to say about is this or my little pimple, okay, well, you know what? I'm human. People get acne. People have hair sticking out. So, I mean, people don't really be having babies like that on you. But you know what I mean? But it is what it is. You already knew about the situation before it came out on air to social media and all that stuff. So, you know what, Kendra? We're going to have to learn how to let go and move on and be happy in your relationship. No matter how much me or somebody else may say something. Okay? Because we all going to talk. You know how much crap I talk on this thing? You think if I was in front of Kendra, I'm going to be like, Kendra, you need to do this? No. I don't know her. She don't know me. But what I am going to do is give my 2 cents and my opinion on my channel of said show. So I hope she takes AJ's advice. We'll see if that comes about to anything, but we're gonna move on to Fat Boy and Tiana talking in their room, and pretty much Tyreek is looking forward to some birthday sex with Tiana for her b-day, because it's still her b-day. And then we get to the couples. So they meet up on the rooftop, and everybody is pretty much kind of nervous because Palms Hotel is a very tall hotel. I don't know how many floors is on the Palms Hotel, but it's like more than 15. It's probably more than 20, maybe more than 30. I don't know, but it's very high. So when you're on the rooftop of a high building and you see everything, and there's nothing to like break your neck and die, I can understand the fear. I'm afraid of heights too. Is that gonna stop me from being in a 2-story house? No, Is that gonna stop me from getting on an airplane? No. But I ain't gonna be a little nervous if I'm getting on a bridge with, even if it's railings. If I'm on a bridge that's kind of high, I'm nervous. But I'm gonna enjoy the view at the same time. Anyway, so everybody a little nervous because they're on the rooftop, and looks like Jalen is very flirty and touchy with Fallon. So she's, liking his attentiveness and friskiness, per her words. And AJ brings dancers from Magic Mike. So the guys are feeling some type of way because they're just kind of like, they're not going to dance on my girl. They're not going to dance on my wife. They're not going to dance on my woman. So AJ was like, that's fine. They don't got to dance on your woman. They could dance on me. So she has them do a lap dance on her. Everybody's liking it. So then that's when she tells the guys it's their turn. So I don't know if they was like, oh no man about to dance on me. In my head, I'm immediately thinking, okay, the girls are going to give them a lap dance, but maybe she was trying to joke with them, saying the guys were going to dance on them. But whatever the case may be, she said, no, it's the girls' turn. The girls are going to sit down, and it's time for the guys to do something for the girls. So the guys give the girls a lap dance. Who goes first? It's Fat Boy. Okay, what he did was whatever. Jock is next. Jock proceeds to do the lap dance and then pulls out Kendra's feet and sucked on her big toe. While I was watching this, I'm like, okay, I mean, I know he sucks on toes. Kendra said she knew he was going to suck on her toe. But it's like, I didn't really need to see the act of it happening. I believe you, because I think you did it to Carly or somebody. So we already seen you suck on some toes, Jock. And, if that's what you do, that's cool. But I didn't really want to see that, I didn't need to see that. Like, you just went full blown for it. Like, did you, like, Kendra, do you wipe the saliva off your toe when he finished? It's just a question. Anyway, all right. Then next, who goes? I don't know if it's Fallon. I mean, Jalen. I think Jalen goes next. And, he was, listen, I don't know if he was drunk or something changed. Something switched, just like Fallon said. And he was all up on her. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we couldn't have been like this in the beginning of the couples retreat. So I guess she's been easing up on him. So that's making him feel more masculine or, big chauffeur. I don't know. So he did his thing, I guess. And then the next three go up. And we have Ronnie pulling off his belt. I'm like, Ronnie, what is you finna do? What you about to do? Huh? Taking off the belt. What is you about to do? He even pulls his zipper down. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. And I'm like, he's showing his boxers and a little bulge. So Shamari's getting, a little excited. I'm like, thank you very much, Ronnie. I guess. And then who's next to go? I think, next to go is Apollo. He gets on his back. He lays down on his back and has Shireen sitting on his face. I'm like, okay, we just showing everything out. Okay, we showing everything out. Like, I ain't mad at it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay. Like, just full-blown, low-key, high-key orgy fest going on out here on the rooftop of Palms Hotel, Casino Resort, whatever. Lastly, we have Chris and Breezy, BRE-Z. She literally just walks up and just stares at Chris with her shades on. First off, it's nighttime. Why do we have the shades on outside? Second off, she just standing there staring at Chris, and I guess Chris was feeling the gaze of her just staring at her, so she felt it. And she stands up, they look at each other, everybody's like laughing but cheering at the same time, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like, y'all kind of low-key, high-key giving me Friends vibes at this point, because I'm not feeling the chemistry. Just little things throughout this episode, I'm just looking at them, their body language. Not that I'm a body language expert, because we'll leave that for the lady from last episode. But, just kind of looking at them, I'm like, I'm not really feeling the relationship vibes. It kind of gives, like, best friends, good friends vibes, but not really, like, yeah, we so in love with each other. But if I were to tell them that to their face, they would get defensive and tell me about myself. So I'm just going to tell y'all what I think through this camera in the comfort of my own home. So anything else to take from that? After that, we see Tyreek, aka Fat Boy, coming out with a bunch of balloons and a cake for Tiana so they can sing her happy birthday. He gets her a nice necklace with her name on it, and I thought it was very cute. And then after that, we have everyone, they go into the club to hang out for Tiana's birthday, or probably just because the fact that they're in Las Vegas and they're going through this little couples retreat together. And we have Ronnie first making a speech, and then Jalen makes a speech, how he made a promise to Fallon, and he's not walking out, and Fallon cries. That's all that is to take from that scene. There's nothing else to take from that scene. Okay, they're having a good time for Tiana's birthday and the fact that it's another night in Las Vegas, so they should live it up. Then we get to Jalen and Fallon. They get back to their hotel room, and I guess he had rose petals set up, probably leading up to the bedroom, to the bathroom, to the tub. We don't see that far. We don't see past the double doors to the bedroom. So, they're canoodling, kissing and stuff. We got Fallon, schoolgirl giggling and whatnot. And they go, in the bedroom, and he closes the door, but not all the way. And I'm just like, we already know what's going to happen. We already know y'all about to can't. So good for you guys. Fallon's finally getting what she wanted. She was just dick deprived, so the fact that she's getting it, yes, good for you, Fallon. Jalen, you probably was, had pent up frustrations. You were probably backdated. Your sack was full, so you was able to get some releasation. I make words. Releasation, and good for you too. Good for you. So y'all both relieved, and that's probably why you wasn't with the fellas the next morning. Anyway, we didn't get to Chris and Breezy. They're in the hotel room to talk. What are they talking about? Pretty much all the other couples, and I guess how Breezy can relate with someone like Apollo, because she used to be controlling like that too, but she kind of still controlling like that, but I guess she don't want to admit that she's still kind of controlling, because you're not all the way perfect, because nobody's perfect, Breezy, but I guess you long steps ahead of where Apollo is currently, so I mean, kudos to you. And when she said that she's better now and Chris made her better, they high five. She's like, high five. So they high five. And that was another one of those body language things that I was looking at that I'm just like, I felt like this was a moment that y'all could have kissed, but y'all didn't kiss. So y'all high-fived, which is nothing wrong essentially, but I'm feeling like if y'all really in a relationship and y'all love each other, then why not kiss and say, you kind of changed my ways, so to speak. I don't know. I'm just not buying it, because it's like we don't see nothing going on with them. They're having no one-on-ones with AJ or Tony. So I feel like this relationship is a facade, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but until I'm proven wrong, that's what I'm going to think. So then we get to the guys the next morning. They going to play pool with Tony. Jalen and Tyreek is not there, and then Tony tells them that they're going to have another activity to do that day and gives them spandex. So the guys wasn't really feeling it. Oh well, because they still going to put it on. And then we get to the question of the week, because it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. We get the question of the week with the couples, which is, what's one fantasy of yours that you want me to one day fulfill? And if so, have I already fulfilled it? I think I don't know what all the people done said, except for the fact that maybe Jalen said threesome and Fallon was like, we already did threesomes. Good to know. Good to know something else about your relationship, Fallon. That's interesting. In my face, not really, but at the same time, intrigued. Then we get to everyone still not feeling the spandex for the next activity, and they get into the bus, and their bus takes them to the circus center. So I guess now they have to perform heights. AJ always has a meaning. She explains what that meaning is. Did I catch it? No, I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. I'm pretty sure it was something that was a good meaning for them to conquer their fear, whatever the case is. So who goes first? Breezy. I feel like Breezy is the person that's always going to do any challenge that AJ throws at her, except when it's time to discuss the relationship. So Breezy goes first to go up like 3 freaking extended ladders stacked on top of each other at this point. She climbs them up, goes and like not zip lines, but do the little swing thing where you hold on to the handlebars and then you try to contort your body to put your legs on the bar and then hang upside down like you on the monkey bars from elementary school, and then eventually let yourself go and fall on the padded stuff or the swing that they have on the bottom for you. But you're in harnesses though, so you'll be okay. You're not gonna be hurt. Yeah. So Breezy Ghost does that. She does it flawlessly. I'll give her that. Everything Breezy does, as far as activity wise, she does it flawlessly. She just know everything, huh? She can just do everything, huh? So then it's Chris's turn to go, and Chris is a little nervous, understandably so, because if you ask me to do it, I'm probably not gonna. No. Like I said, I like to be high, but doing activities like that, nah, I'm good. I'm good. The best I would probably do is zip lining, and even that is a yellow caution. This, you asking me to climb up 3 sets of ladders stacked up against each other that I feel like it's not secure enough, that it's gonna slip and slide if I try to climb up there. I'm okay. We don't have regular stairs I could get to get up there. No, then I'm not gonna do it. So she gets up there, and like I said, she's nervous. I understand, Chris. I completely understand. And that's where the episode ends. Is she gonna do it? Probably. But they have to do some suspense to get us wanting to come next week. But I'm just like, if we're still watching to this point, producers, we're probably gonna come back next week to watch it, because I know I am. So there's no need for that. You could have just had them, okay. But I guess we're gonna pick up where we left off here next week. That was it, guys. There's nothing else to take from that. It was a cool little episode, a lot of activities, which I can enjoy and appreciate. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure all these people's minds are made up since like maybe day 3 of this couples retreat. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see what happens next week. Anyways, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If I made you laugh at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh. Please let me know what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.